with wine and beer. Terry's brings years of tasty temptations from DJs in San Bernardino and Alta Loma. Join a new tradition in Redlands. Stop by at 1350 Industrial Park Avenue between Tennessee and Alabama in the Tri-City Center. Google Terry's Diner Redlands on Yelp or find them terrysdinerredlands.com.
KCAA.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ta-da Friday. It is so blissful to say Friday.
Friday.
Yes, so we are glad to have you join us. Please bear with us if it seems like we're having some in and out audio issues. It seems like maybe we're okay right now.
Right now, good.
Might be the start of that. What kind of moon is that, Veronica?
That is a blue flowered moon.
Is the blue flowered moon in Gatorade or retrograde?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Which sounds a little bit sexy, frisky, and horny to me. But
Right.
What do I know?
It's rare and sexy from Yahoo.
I am here joined by my very lovely co-host, Lauren. She rides shotgun with me on Fridays, and somehow she manages not to get tossed off into the sagebrush, right?
Not yet. She hasn't tossed me out yet.
I also have our lovely Veronica, who is our most staunch fan, who thinks she is hideously ugly and refuses to be on the radio. We've been trying to tell her they can't see you.
She's beautiful and ridiculous, but
Yes.
we both keep her around.
Also, we have our techie guy, the cameraman, Jim. So we are hoping to really get a show on fire for you. We have a new feature that we want to first kick off at the beginning of the show as our callers start to get in line for us.
Right.
We haven't really decided, have we, what we're going to call this? Is it Hot Topic, or is it Psychic Soup, or is it just Deborah and Lauren?
How about the hot psychics? Soup topic.
Soup du jour.
Every week we will talk about a different soup that our hot psychic likes.
Well,
No, okay.
I think it's going to be a little different than that.
All right.
Gossip.
Yeah, what we're
Okay.
going to do is work on issues surrounding certain celebrities that are in the media eye that have garnered quite a bit of juicy gossip as of late. For instance, the absolutely fabulous George Clooney
Yes.
and his well, semi-fabulous wife Amal. I don't know what to think of her.
We don't like her. She's beautiful. We don't like her.
She's beautiful. She's skinny.
You don't like her?
We don't like her.
She's successful, but she seems real milquetoast to me.
She seems like she took all of our husbands.
Without a care in the world.
We
right?
should do that. We should do our hot topic every week should be like my other celebrity husbands. I have a few.
We can work on that.
Ex-husbands?
But first now, George had a birthday recently, very recently, and my understanding is that she walked out on the party because George wanted to actually throw down with his buddies. He wanted to lift a few and have a good time, i.e. he wanted to get toasted. And she didn't like that, and apparently this screamed to me, George, you've been on your best behavior for far too long, and now you're trying to let your hair down, and what's happening? She's finding out who the real George is. Now, before we do these readings, I want to add a bit of a disclaimer. I don't need any of these folks chasing after me like I am somehow affiliated with the National Enquirer or
You don't want
Radar
George?
Online or, you know.
George will chase that.
So these are simply perceptions that have been received from the cards, and they are for, well, let's just call it informational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing in them should absolutely be taken, for absolute truth, unless they absolutely happen. Okay. So what I'm saying is this relationship, George and Amal, the honeymoon is over, and he better get back up minding his P's and Q's, because she will not hesitate to divorce his backside, and it could prove to be upwards of a $500 million divorce.
Holy Toledo.
Holy Toledo is right. And he's got 2-year-olds at home, and boy, we all know how the cradle will rock.
Well, I'm excited. I'm eager to see this reading. But I will say, even for a celebrity, so you've already done the readings on this. So,
I did, before the show. I saw that she's no picnic either.
Well, I was going to say, though, even for non-celebrity husbands, I mean, don't we all get involved with men and women? Like, oh, he's so fun, look at him, he's so fun. And then we settle down and we think we want him to go from being fun with everybody and everybody's fun to just being our fun.
Oh, but Lauren, we better take this a step further in terms of truth-telling. We women like to get together and have our glasses of wine or our coffee, and we would like to say to our girlfriends, well, we're engaged, and you watch. I'm going to change him.
See, my husband was no fun before I married him. And now he's no fun now.
So you know what you've got.
I do.
So that was a lose-lose.
It was, we like to keep things on an even keel of no fun the whole time. I'm just kidding.
Saves you a lot of money.
And it does, saves you money.
It is. It's very lucrative.
Yes.
He said he was like, we were going somewhere. He's 34 years old, but he will order the same thing at a restaurant every single time. He's like, I like the same thing. Once I have it, I like it. He's like, aren't you happy you married me? I got one wife, and I just want to keep the one wife. And that's.
But if he orders the same thing though every time they go out, what does that say about his marriage? That he's going to eat that souffle, and it's going to be the same souffle, which means you don't get to change. You can't. Yeah.
I got to be the same souffle over and over again. I better pack on the makeup because no changes for me.
And you gotta make sure you have that crusty exterior and the foamy inside. I think I could do that.
Well, if we get back on our hot topic here now, George and Amal better get some high-powered counseling or something, because George is going to party.
Right.
It's in his blood. He should have married somebody that would sit right with him and say, "Come on, baby, another limoncello."
There we go. I like
another for the Gipper.
There we go.
But instead, he married somebody who's a lot more serious, sedate, and milquetoasty. So,
well, it looks like at the party she had the twins there. And you needed to bring the twins home. Why are you not hiring a nanny?
They probably have a fleet of nannies. But let's leave them aside and let's go on to the royals. Ooh. Let's talk about Meghan Markle and Prince
Harry.
Ginger.
The fun one. Another fun one.
Yes. Well, boy, I've been busy reading Mrs. Prince Harry's cards. And I'm going to tell you, I do not find love in them. And love to me should be no matter what. I mean, you marry somebody, you have their child, you move into their palace. There should be some love here.
Yes.
What I see here is an affinity for money, lots and lots of money. And I see that she's starting to turn into a bit of a thorn in the queen's side.
Oh, I think she's already.
And she's at odds with her sister-in-law. It's as if she went into this royal family to divide and conquer. And I think maybe she ought to also, another one, mind your P's and Q's, because she can be ousted like that. Look what happened to Fergie.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. A cautionary tale. So anyway, she's saying now she doesn't want to move to Africa. She's not a team player.
Right.
So I also see that she does miss her career in movies. And maybe you can take the girl out of Hollywood, but you can't get Hollywood out of the girl. So I just thought it was interesting to see the different turmoils, the twists and turns, that it is not right now a happy home at, where do they live, Frogmore, or
I don't have a clue.
no, I should have been up on that, but I thought it was someplace called Frogmore. So that is going to be our psychic soup / hot topic for today's show. Ta-da!
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, at least Megan and what's the other one? Princess Kate. They at least the royal women are keeping their heads these days. So there's that.
I think that Kate is a very classy chick. Even though didn't she come from rather modest, commoner backgrounds?
Mm-hmm.
But then in comes Megan, and she's a hot sketch, as they used to say back in Grandma's day.
I like that.
She's a hot sketch.
Yes.
And she dazzled that boy with, well, let's just say erotic, sultry, sexy treats.
Well, I think Harry's more fun like that, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. And I think that he's got quite a wild cat on his hands.
I think he
as
does.
long as he keeps her happy. So with that said, I think we should maybe go to the phones. What do you think, Lauren?
Let's do it. Let's see. And, let me get my good radio voice here. All right. So, if you'd like to call in to the Psychic Love Doctor show, please call in at 909-792-5222. And we will hear your reading live. I could have done better.
And Deborah Lee is standing by, waiting for your call.
Yes.
Anticipating.
All right. So our first caller is, we've got Barbara from Texas.
Woohoo!
Hello there, Barbara.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you on this fine Friday?
I am wonderful. I found my prince.
Woohoo!
Oh, boy, she's getting right to the heart of it. Tell us.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Tell us,
Because
Barbara.
you had told me that there would be somebody around March that was going to come into my life, and it's a little bit, a couple months later, but he has, and we met online, and I'm going to be going to Oklahoma to visit him. So I'm just wondering, where do you see that going?
Oh, my gosh. First of all, yeehaw! So happy that it actually happened for you.
Yeah.
Not that there was a doubt in my mind. But, where our lives are also, we all have the power of freedom of choice. We, nothing is ever written in stone in the cards. This man that apparently has come on the horizon like gangbusters, I am going to now read your cards, take a look, but I'll tell you, it sounds like destiny to me. So, Lauren, you take the helm while I do
I
this.
will take the helm. I am so excited for you, Barbara.
Thank you.
So, can you tell me what he's like?
Well, he's a sweet gentleman. And most of the time when you meet people online, they're very forward. And they all are in love with you. And they don't even know you. He's never said anything like that, but we've talked and talked and talked. And, we have a deep friendship going right now. And we want it to go a little further.
Oh,
Okay.
boy, well.
Well, I am excited for you. It looks like you're going to have quite the summer ahead of you.
I am so excited, too.
Oh,
I told him that the psychic love doctor said that he was going to come into my life.
Oh, that's awesome. What did he say to that? Did you tell
laughed.
him about everything?
He laughed.
Oh.
That's
Well.
awesome.
He really enjoys. I make him laugh a lot, so yeah.
Oh.
Well, I want to tell you, Barbara, that right off the top in your reading, I see him. He's characterized as truly a bright light in terms of your present and the future. And he has literally fallen in love with you, deeply
Yes,
in
I
love,
know.
over communication. such as messaging, phone calls, maybe
Yes.
emails. Anyway, it's a form. All forms of communication are here, and he can't wait to put his arms around you and give you that hug, and maybe a little bit more.
Ooh,
That's
something
what
with
he
that.
said.
We gotta let her have some surprise and mystery involved. But I think that meeting is going to be fabulous for you two. It's
Oh,
going to
thank
seem
you.
as if. Go ahead.
He's just laughing.
No, I just said thank you. I knew it would be, but I wanted to talk to you about it.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, and I'm so glad you did, because now we can let you know that you're going to meet there's others around him. He appears to have friends, acquaintances. Is there some family in Oklahoma?
Yes.
All right. You stay strong with your man. There's another man that is involved in all of this. Could be a male best friend,
Oh.
someone
What was
here
it?
who would like to stick a pin in that beautiful bubble.
Oh dear.
But
Oh,
don't
really?
listen to him. Go ahead.
Don't listen to him?
Don't listen to this outsider. This is somebody that does not believe in true love, has never experienced it to any sort of degree. So, of course, he's a sourpuss.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
don't pay any attention to somebody who will say sarcastic comments, then says,
Well-
oh, but I'm just kidding. Don't you hate that?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it's like my pet peeve.
I will.
So you
that
just
is
show them
mine.
all how true your heart is, how, and if his family scrutinizes you, to me, that is just a sign of love and concern on the part of those who are loved ones. But otherwise, I feel that they're going to be very delighted to meet you. When you say, I've met somebody on the internet,
Yeah.
everybody goes, oh boy,
Yeah.
Right.
gold digger or catfish or,
Right.
and
It's literally so common today that when you tell somebody you met somebody in real life, they don't believe you.
they
So-
I
don't.
know.
They don't.
But we feel
So,
that.
oh,
this
good
is
for you, Barbara.
We are so excited for you.
I am so
see
excited,
secret
too.
plans here. I see secret plans being made for
Yay.
getting married.
Dun, dun, dun.
After what I've
love her
been through,
giggling.
it's
It's
very
cute.
exciting.
Your giggle is infectious.
Yes. Thank you so
Yay,
much.
you're so cute.
Well, you're going to find he's a true gentleman and a true
Yes, he is.
romantic at heart. This is,
Yes.
I think this is going to be made in heaven. I really do.
Right on.
Oh,
So-
my goodness.
I hope that you will keep us posted.
Yes,
couldn't
I
be
will.
happier. You've made my
Yes.
entire week. So what
I
do you think,
will.
Lauren?
I
Totally
love it.
keep you posted.
And we love to go to weddings and dance, don't we?
Yes,
I
we
sure do.
You'll be there. Yes.
you there?
We're both.
Oh,
really
that
on
would
the
be
same
my
page.
privilege and pleasure. And sometimes those words, I told you so, can seem so grating, but there are other times when it's wonderful to be able to say, I told you so.
Yes,
Thank
you did.
I'm so glad, Barbara, that you had faith. You created your reality with this man. You brought him
Yeah.
to you. The cards can only tell you what's ahead in terms of insight, but you're the one. You did it for yourself.
Yes.
I love it.
So God bless both of you. I think that's wonderful.
Yay!
All
Thank
right,
you.
Barbara, you keep us posted now, okay?
I will. You know I will. Thank you so much, ladies.
Oh,
You're
thank
welcome. Happy Friday,
Bless
Barbara.
you both.
you.
Okay, bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye. Oh, what a way to kick off
Yes.
the phone lines.
I like good.
Yay!
I do too.
Me
The
too.
same Barbara that was in here, right away, she's like, number.
Aw, that's
Like, as soon as
awesome.
you were
I
I'm
love
sure it's the same Barbara.
when people get in touch. A lot
Yeah.
of times the cards don't always have these rainbows and unicorns
Right.
and, you know, these kinds of endings.
She was very eager.
Oh, I'm so
As soon as
happy
we
to
went
hear
by
that.
number.
Yay! Woohoo!
Makes me happy.
It sure does. And so, let's see what Melissa from Washington has in store for us. How are you doing, Melissa? And what can we help you with?
Hi, this is Melissa. I talked to Deborah in April with regard to an ooh-la-la rendezvous that I had with someone that had left the area.
Yes.
And after he left, there were quite a few women that came forward to tell me that he was actually had been with them on the island as well, and told them the same thing and did the same thing, and then he was not planning to come back to the island. So I want to know if my future is with someone else now, or what's ahead of me in my love life. And I'm the one that was also looking for a job, and so I need to know if I'm relocating to another area as well for a job.
I'm curious how these women came forward.
How did they approach you? Was it online or?
No, actually, they're in a group that we all kind of were together through where I used to work, and so he kind of made it around to everyone in this group, and so I learned a lot.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that you experienced that, but unfortunately that does happen. It seems kind of childish to do in a way for him on his behalf, but
it does,
at
because
least
he
you-
went to Texas to be with someone else, and we're 60 years old, so that was sad.
Isn't that
Like 20-something-year-old
It-
behavior.
Well, you know,
Right,
he's
exactly.
living proof that you're only young once, but you can be immature forever.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
yeah.
what somebody does after college or in college.
And you know, I have to remind everyone,
Wow.
there are certain people that will come through in readings that are so good at hiding their true agendas, their true inclinations, their downright deep, what would you call it, like dirtiness, underhandedness, that
The wolf in sheep's clothing.
yeah,
type
that they
thing.
can hide it so well.
Grifters.
Exactly, that it doesn't always come through in the reading.
so it can
And I
sometimes
believe
even like
Deborah,
guise
that's
itself
right.
in the reading, like you're like, oh,
Yeah,
this looks
well, because their thoughts and feelings are what are coming through.
And everybody else's thoughts and
And
feelings. are
everybody
already told
else's.
they're gonna come
Right.
through.
Right.
Well, I can have, first of all, some, I think is good news for you. That should give you some comfort. He is going to face one calamity after another emotionally. This is the karma is a, what do they say? Biatch?
It's always going to come back to haunt.
It
Right
is.
on.
And
It's a
he,
matter of time.
and what he's done to women is going to flip, and he's going to end
Yep.
up alone.
It's a matter of time.
But
There
first,
you go.
there's going to be that one little gold digger, we'll call her, that one that's going to come through, lie like there's nobody's, like nobody's business,
Beat him at his own game.
and take everything he's got.
Beat him
like
at his
it.
own game.
Yep,
dun,
exactly.
dun. Oh,
Yep.
Fools can be fooled.
And they can. Boy, we've got
Yeah.
a very chatty cameraman tonight. He's the only male in our audience and in our
Everybody
midst.
else is working.
Yep, everybody's working.
Great to
So
get on board.
he's going to share some of his male wisdom with us, and what he says is true. Now, for you, I want you to know that I still feel he's going to make contact with you. That he's going to try to snow you. That's the word I'm hearing. So, what? Yeah, like a big, huge snowblower, just to shoot these lies at you. The women are lying. They're
This
jealous.
is probably not the first time he's had to do this.
Oh,
Right.
Right.
Change
Especially
his
at that
name,
age.
change this,
Good
yeah.
Lord.
so
Well, not everybody can
it's-
be lying that tells the same story and they don't know each other,
See,
Right.
has had
Yep.
this encounter.
well, I'm glad that snake in the grass has been smoked out by all of you.
Sooner the better.
Right.
Yeah, and you'll do better. There's men all over the place around you. There's one in particular that I see that is someone who knew you in the past. Now, you might have to really think about this. Excuse me. I believe you at one time worked together. And this man reminisces, he longs for you, he misses you. Deep in his heart, he really wished he had made more of an effort. And this is something I often find that the reality hits men after the fact, and then they're like, damn, what did I do? I let that good one get away. That one is going to very suddenly and almost seem as if serendipity show up in front of you. And in front of you can also mean on the internet, since our lives are so intertwined between, that world and the real world.
So maybe a sudden friend request or someone contacting you out of nowhere. That happens.
Veronica, very good. I'm glad you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a new love for you, but first, I see the possibility of you winning a great deal of money.
Ooh!
Now, do you play the lottery? Do you ever gamble, or what are other ways?
A relative pass away with lots of inheritance? I don't know.
It could be that too, but there's a great sum of money here. It's going to come a distance to her, and we're in almost June, September.
But you're not encouraging anybody to gamble.
No. Thank you for bringing that up.
I was thinking, I was like, maybe if she did.
If you already have, maybe there's a windfall that you don't know about.
Maybe there's something residual.
But don't go out and change what you do.
And I'm not saying it's a publisher's clearinghouse or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't feel she has to really do anything.
It could be something nobody's even thinking of. That's,
I like it. I need one of those too, Deb.
So Melissa, do you gamble at all?
Not very much at all, no. My sister might do that, but I don't. She buys the lottery tickets, I don't.
So maybe it's a possibility maybe your sister wins something and shares it with you?
Shares the wealth.
Well, there's a very nice amount coming to you.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to prepare, manifest that. We can all use a nice sum of money coming to us.
Yes, we can. I want $1 million.
There you go. So I think you're going to find men that really want to step in line to be able to court her, unless that's a really old-fashioned word.
I like courting.
I like
There's nothing
courting.
wrong with that.
I like that a lot.
I refer to my past male friends as my suitors.
Yes, I like that.
I think some old terms still apply.
But Melissa, hold out for the best fish in the pond.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold out, because some of these are just fly-by-night guys that just want to put a
Make the
pretty...
peacock with the best feathers.
Gosh, boy, you're so eloquent tonight. He is.
Yeah.
And you heard it from a man. Let the best the peacock with the best feathers appear in front of you, because some of these guys are just, they're like...
Pigeons.
Pigeons, yes.
Seagulls, what is it? Sea rats?
Well, Melissa, it's all going to work out. You watch and see. Better to know now about that scoundrel than later.
I like it.
So,
I'm very grateful to the ladies that came forward, because I would not have known otherwise.
Exactly, and a lot of women won't do that.
Right.
Because it's probably embarrassing.
Well, yeah.
You don't want to tell anybody else that you get suckered into.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times women won't believe the
Or, yeah,
person.
you're right.
Right. I'm
Denial.
glad that you had enough sense, to get it.
They should make a movie out of her group, because I can see in the cards there's some real creative spirit in that group. There's some real ingenuity. I don't know if you can use the term like moxie, ballsy.
Ooh.
There is.
There is, yeah.
Word up on that.
So good for you, and honey, things will get better. You watch and see.
Wonderful.
Please call us
Thank you so
again.
much, Deborah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Well, folks, we're going to pause for station identification, and we'll be right back.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
And we are back with the Psychic Love Doctor Show. I'm your Psychic Love Doctor, Deborah Lee, and we are taking phone calls. The number, dear Lauren, is
909-792-5222. And we want to hear from you.
Boy, you could work on one of those 800 numbers with that
That'd be
voice.
fun. I should have just started out, but there's no going back now. You all know my real voice.
It's kind
So
of funny that term is getting is old now too because it's 800, 888. You know, there's
So
like,
what do they
there's like
call them
six,
now? Porno
toll-free. I
lines
guess they
or?
go toll
do
free.
people even do
I
that
guess they say
anymore?
toll free because there's like a million different
What is
ones
that,
now.
hot girl? What is it?
They ran out of 800 numbers. That's why they had to go to 888s
Right.
and other ones
And
too.
999.
Yeah, I mean they had to. Yeah, that's.
Well,
neat.
there is testimony right there to there's a sucker born every
Oh yeah,
minute.
that's why those numbers ran out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we have a very delightful lady in the wings here, Miss Tina from New Jersey.
Hi,
Woohoo!
It's not a Friday.
Happy
without
Friday, party, party.
Yes, yes. The party's just getting
It
started.
is now.
Tina. Hey, girl. Hey.
Yes. Hi,
How are
thank
you?
you guys. So,
What?
I just wanted to know whatever Spirit has for me. My friend wants me to start a new job with her, so I'm not sure if I should do it or move there. It's really nice.
Okay.
Can
Started a
you,
new job.
did you say you're starting a new job? We have really sketchy audio tonight.
Reception. I think she said she's starting a new job with your sister.
Yeah, a friend. I started my own, nonprofit, but my friend wants me to work
Yes.
with her, and it's like a really nice building. And
Ah.
I'm like, oh, should we
This
go
is
there?
in
She's like,
Leicester,
yeah.
right?
I'm sorry.
This isn't Leicester?
No, not Lester. That was the business. No, this is something else. So it's like, I'm like, what about that? So I just wanted to ask about that job, working with her and whatever Spirit has for Kendrick and I.
We will
Thank you.
Starting business with sister?
with her friend,
Oh.
her and her friend. I thought it was sister, but
And I am looking at your cards right
she is
now.
looking at your cards, Tina.
Thank you.
Do you have anything exciting this weekend you're looking forward to?
One of her friends wants to fly to Florida, but I'm not sure if we're going to go yet. She just wants to get away.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'd like to go to Florida this
Sure,
weekend.
before it snows again, or,
Oh no! Don't you dare say that. No.
Up north, you just never know what's going to happen.
Don't you bring your Minnesotan snow down here with you.
Okay, now, Tina, this is when things are very beneficial as a result of these readings. These readings, even though they seem like, oh boy, everything, turns up roses and happiness for everybody, there are certain cautionary cards that come into play, especially when we start to attempt like a new endeavor with a business. I am seeing here about this friend of yours. Hon, it's going to be a bad marriage in business. I'm really sorry to have to tell you that, but I'm seeing a lot of haziness concerning the proper paperwork. I don't think the taxes are going to be right. There's a card here that is a card of secret activity. And usually that'll mean, when I teach it, I say, imagine this card as if somebody's standing in front of you. Their hands are behind their back, and you're saying, what are you hiding? And they say, I'm not hiding anything. I just want to put my hands behind my back. No, they are hiding something. And I just don't, I hate to put, this on what has
It's okay.
likely been a beautiful relationship, but honey, I don't see this working out for you professionally. I think there will be a lot of loss.
She works at a job, and she wants me to work there with her, not in my business.
No,
Okay.
but I don't think you should work there with her.
There might be something
Oh.
sketchy.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you're going to tell me at some point in the future that she got in trouble. And it looks like some big trouble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it might be a good idea for you to stay away from there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, you could even tell her, to warn her in a casual
Right.
way. Hey, if anything,
Sketchy sketch.
sketchy is going on in that workplace,
You might
it
wanna
needs
steer
to
clear.
stop because
Right.
they're going to get caught.
Right.
Could this
Oh, wow.
be a situation where maybe now knowing this, like if she goes in there and say her friend's like, oh, it's okay, we do this all the time or something. Like maybe some light embezzling, or sometimes people are stealing from their company.
Saying, so you're saying she's going to be doing something she's not supposed to, or the people around her?
The people around her, and she will be implicated as well.
She might.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's enough for her. I didn't know she was shiesty. Okay, whatever with Kendra.
I don't think her hands are clean either. Now, if it's a shoe store, they may be borrowing shoes, putting them back, in the box after they've worn them out to a club, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Keeping the tags on and tucking them in.
Yep, like a lot. That still is stealing.
Oh yeah, but no, it's an apartment complex, like leasing.
You never know. I mean, as many jobs as there are, there's ways to take from them. Unfortunately, as a person who ran a business,
And apartment leasing can be just as sketchy.
Or you do things that you don't think are illegal till the cops come, then you know they are.
Yeah, for sure.
You thought it was not legal.
Okay, well, I won't be asking about her again. So yeah, whatever still has for Kendra, can I?
Just keep your eyes open.
Right.
You can always start that job, and if things don't seem kosher, you can always say, this isn't the right fit for me, and get out of there.
Or be prepared to take a stand, right? Like, be prepared, if there's a situation and she says, oh, it's fine, then you can know, well, Deborah warned you, so you might take a stronger stand than you might have
She'll
before.
be aware. If she sees, say, security deposits or something being put in a place that they shouldn't be, or people borrowing from, say they have a petty cash to fix things, but people are...
It's a pretty nice thing to know that you should be watching for something. Going into it without knowing you should be watching for something. So.
Right.
So she's at an advantage right now.
Now, on the upside, I'm seeing a wonderful trip here. And a very important and beautiful discussion about marriage. Now, this is definitely
done.
Did you tell us you were thinking of going to Florida?
Yes.
Well, it's right here, and it could be absolutely wonderful for you.
Oh, great, Kendra, for thinking about marriage. Perfect.
There you go.
Indeed. Every time I read the cards for you, Tina, I am seeing that he is getting less and less fearful about making that commitment. You're letting him know that you are real. She's not a fake. There's no fakery. There's no deception. But see, these are things that have happened to him in the past. Men act like they're bulletproof, but they get just as traumatized as we women do by liars, by cheaters,
Yes.
Right.
And you are going to be on a big upswing here. Lots of, what did you say about this moon? It's, Veronica, that it's sexy.
It's rare and sexy. The blue flower moon, also known as the blue moon, but it's not that cool.
No, this is hot and steamy. So get ready, girl. Get ready.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
We want to hear from you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Tina. We look forward to hearing from you
All
again.
right, honey.
Yes, and happy Friday to Chef Kyle.
We will.
All right.
Bye, Tina.
Yep.
All right. Moving right along, we have...
And I tell you, that girl is going to end up having another baby.
Yes.
Her baby making ain't done. So, we're moving along, right along
We have Yolanda from California. How are you doing, Yolanda? And what can we help you with this evening?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
I'm just trying to find out, I don't know where things are going for me.
Where things are going for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
In life.
Do you mean in terms of your work or your love life?
I love life, my life in general.
What are you most concerned? What's most troubling you right now?
Well, right now I'm, staying with my mom. I think I called you a while back. I'm separated from my husband and soon to be getting a divorce.
Okay.
She is?
Yes.
Soon to be.
Soon to be. All right. Well, Lauren's going to chit-chat with you for a minute while I lay out your cards. And everybody, I forgot to mention at the top of the show, but I am using a full 24-card layout. So this isn't just a quickie draw of a couple cards.
So Yolanda, you said your mom's ill right now as well?
Well, no, I'm staying with her right now.
You're staying with her, okay, but things are going
kind of homeless.
Okay with you at your mother's? Do you feel comfortable being there?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, nobody.
That's understandable.
It is hard to go back and live with your parents.
For both
Definitely is.
For both sides, yes.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but, every end is a new beginning, as, common as it is to say that. It's true. So.
Yolanda, as I'm laying out your cards, I've got to tell you right off the top, this divorce is long in coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is something that realistically...
Way overdue?
Yes, it should have happened long before now. You, my dear, are a saint for all that you've put up with, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said thank you, yeah.
And I'll tell you, it may seem like a dirty piece of business to go through this, but there's a lot here that it's almost like revealing, like turning on the light on a great big cockroach sitting on the floor. Ooh. And that bug is going to try and scatter and hide. But you know what? You can run, but you can't hide. Eventually, somebody's got a great big boot and going to go, boom!
Smack it everywhere.
Yep. So I believe that divorce is going to make you feel so happy, liberated. That's from Veronica. Happy, free, ready to build a new life. And boy, girl, you can put that behind you. I think that you have tried your very, very best. And it's time now for you, Yolanda, to have her time, her life.
Absolutely.
Yay!
And I'll tell you, you're going to come out on top in the ultimate end. But it's still going to be a bit of a rough and rocky road. Just keep your sight on the horizon.
Yeah.
Big picture.
Right, the eye on the prize. Eye on the prize.
And look for the positives, the silver linings. As difficult as it might be living with your mom right now, remember there are a lot of people that don't even have that as an option. When you're struggling. Not to say it's not difficult.
Yeah.
But,
I also see that she's got a pretty good support system around her, friends that will be multiplying as time goes on. Yeah. They're meant to come into her life. They're meant to come to comfort you and guide you. And boy, oh boy, coming out of this marriage is going to feel like being set free from prison. Seriously.
Sure.
Yay.
So, and I also want you to know that once it's behind you and you kiss off that whole dark period of your life, there is somebody else here, a true soulmate coming for you. And I don't mean immediately. You're going to need time to process all of this and figure out who you really are. I want you to know that once it's behind you and you kiss off that whole dark period of your life.
I'm sorry. I could barely hear you. My phone is...
Yeah.
You're fine. Well, we wish you a wonderful weekend and a wonderful future, and we hope to hear back from you, okay?
Please
call again.
Yeah, please stay in touch. We'd love to be part of your healing path, okay?
Right. Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yay.
Bless you.
All right.
Bless you. Thank you.
Have a great one.
We should go to... Oh, go ahead. Barbara.
Barbara from Washington.
Yay!
Hello, Barbara.
A favorite staple.
So, there's been an epiphany.
Yay! We like epiphanies, usually.
So on the 28th of April, my ex-husband passed away.
Yes.
And I'm over it now. It took me a couple weeks. But on that same night, although he was drunk, so I don't know how much he remembered, but Rich told me that he loved me.
Yes.
And that he would love me to the best of his ability. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
What does that mean?
Maybe he doesn't feel like he's quite ready to step in yet, but he said the word.
Well, hallelujah for that. I mean, this is a man that couldn't even really speak his mind.
You gotta walk before you run.
Yeah.
I have notes of feeling not worthy and feels very vulnerable. So
And for him, that was stepping out big time.
And his first step on the moon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm very proud of him, and so proud of you that you gave him, well, a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Right.
Because
I think it's wonderful.
I do too. He's worth it. You're worth it.
Much
and
patience.
and for him to give that is huge.
You gotta look at the positive, not the negative on that.
So now I'm going to take a look, and if that's what you wanted me to do, Barbara.
Oh,
you
yeah,
want me
take
to
a look. If there's a timeline, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Yay! Well, I think that's great, Barbara. I'm so excited. Deb's putting your cards out right now. So, how did you feel when he said those words?
Did she say them back?
And did you say them back?
I told him that he meant the world to me. And I actually had to drive him home that night because he turned his keys into the bartender.
So you didn't exactly want to tell him you loved him while he was drunk.
So he had a
Well, he said that. He said that part while we were at the bar. But
I know,
the truth.
you know, I have to tell you,
Well, that's why he did it.
the cards have taught me that when people are drinking alcohol, it's like a soldier in the sentry goes down with each drink.
Truth serum.
There's no fortress anymore, right? And what comes out will 99% of the time be absolutely
Especially if
true.
they're building up to something.
Yes.
Right. Oh, yeah. I can tell you right now, that's the best time to get me to speak the truth and the things I want from the future is to put a few drinks in me. Just saying.
Now remember that next week.
Right.
Veronica. Stay tuned to next week when we get Veronica sloshed.
Hey. Talk with Barbara.
Wait first. I want to say that I think it's time that Barbara reciprocates with the same.
Oh,
we got to get those words out there.
I told him when I drove him home, I told him I loved him.
There you go.
And he, once again, he said, I love you too.
Well, and let's keep that ball rolling, because what's happening is I have wanted to know what his thoughts were, what are his feelings, and these cards can get right in. It's not like they unzip the head of people and can get right in there.
It would be nice.
He is secretly fantasizing about the future with you, Barbara, living with you, marrying you, a big commitment, and working toward a strong and secure future together. He adores you.
I hope so.
And you adore him. I mean, look at what you've been through with him.
Right.
A lesser woman would have thrown him over by now. So I see nothing here indicating any kind of deceit.
What about that whole stack that...
Yeah, we did have one spread that did go to fall on the floor. My grandma always said, if it falls on the floor, it comes to the door. This is someone from your past that really kind of broke your heart, and I think you and I might know exactly who I'm referring to, a man. Okay, but is it ringing a bell, Barbara? Someone
from the past that broke my heart? Several of them. Yeah.
Well, he's going to try to try to re-enter your life.
Oh, God, no.
And nope, you're not going to let him. It's right here. I wanted you to say it first. But he might get a little relentless, where you may have to tell him, hey, you know, what was is never going to be anymore, so stop darkening my doorstep, okay?
Yeah.
He's never going to hurt you, but I just want you to know he could become really pesty.
I hate pesty people.
But
like a cockroach.
But let's
That was pretty good. That little pile fell off.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. To let you know that he is still very much on the periphery of your life. So he blew it. He let you go. Now he can, cry into his beer.
Cry into that beer, just
I
cry.
like it when that happens. Sorry,
Okay,
Karma.
before we have to head off the air, we have Tamika from Virginia, and we're going to listen to her. Good luck, Barbara. We love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Oh. Danielle, we miss you, but we are moving on to Tamika from Virginia.
Yep. Come on, Tamika. We only have a couple minutes.
How are you doing?
Well, we are having a wonderful time with everybody tonight.
Absolutely. I just have one question. I'm planning a trip to New Orleans in August. And I'm wondering, is it in my best benefit to go? It's kind of like a spiritual trip.
Okay.
And I feel like I could learn a lot about it, the new path that I'm really going on. I mean, do you see anything in regards to that? Like, is it a green light, like what I'm feeling? Like, I really need to go?
Very specific.
I love specific questions.
Great specific.
We like your call, Tamika.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful one for us ending the show.
Yeah, right to the point.
While she lays out the cards, have you ever been there before?
No, I haven't.
Well,
nope.
I haven't done your cards, but I think it sounds awesome. I've always wanted to go.
There's a lot of spirits.
Yeah.
There
That's
is.
a spiritual place.
Big time.
And I want to tell you, Tamika, you are answering a spiritual calling that is on your spirit right now and in your heart. You are going there with purpose. I feel there's going to be an awakening for you on a very deep level, as if you're going to, I'm trying to find words for this. It's as if you're going to awaken to receiving messages from those beyond. That's a very energetic area.
So you definitely
That's more
recommend
impactful.
I
than
recommend
you
you go, definitely.
Yeah, that's a big deal right there.
Can you call us after you've gone on your trip?
Yes, because the festival I'm going to, it's like a practical, hands-on type of spiritual event.
There it is.
And,
there it is.
There you go.
That is
it's really neat.
You are going to find that you have gifts that you never knew existed, and the time has come for them to be awakened within you. You're going to come back a changed person.
I just got goosebumps.
I did too.
Did you really?
I got
I
all my
did
whole
too.
back just went.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How long is the?
How long is your trip, hon?
Yeah.
It's like Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
And I just really feel called to go to this, and I'm doing it, and I'm going. So I'm really excited about it.
You are going to find a new career path for yourself through this. But there are going to be naysayers. Folks that mean well in your life that are going to think you've gone off the deep end. When anybody is you're a pioneer spiritually, and a lot of people are going to worry that you're, half cooked, half baked.
Yeah.
I never thought you were half cooked, Deb. I always thought you were fully cooked.
Some of them really may be in good nature.
Yeah.
Maybe because of concern.
So you go and please report back to us, Tamika, because it will be my pleasure and an honor to read your cards after this epiphany of a weekend for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
All right. Well, they're going to kick us out of here in 1 minute and 30 seconds, so I need to say goodbye. Good, have a great trip, Tamika, with many blessings.
Yes.
And to all of you, we love that you join us. We don't script the show. We just run with it and try to be an important part of your Friday night, just as you are to us. So thank you to all. Remember, you can contact me through Facebook page, The Psychic Love Doctor Show, or you may go to my website and learn more about this method at psychiclovedoctor.com. Lauren, I want to thank you. Yeah. Veronica, love having you sit in. Jim behind the camera, thank you for being our mascot male tonight. And to all, have a wonderful weekend. Mwah! We love you. Bye-bye.